Tonight, 6 days since Hamas terrorists unleashed pure hell on the people of Israel, an attack at the very least blessed by Iran and most likely planned and paid for by the terror-funding jihadist regime. In the wake of this massacre, the White House has been hammered for unfreezing $6 billion in Iranian assets just a month ago. A deal negotiated by radical Iran appeasers like Robert Malley, who Biden personally installed to infiltrate and weaken our State Department. Remember, the Biden team is really the Obama team, and they're all very desperate to get the Iran nuclear deal back, willing to give anything to terrorists to gain the perception of a foreign policy achievement. This Hamas attack is a disaster for the Biden-Obama White House. The Iran nuclear deal is now totally dead, or at least it should be, and the Biden White House is looking for a way to survive another foreign policy disaster. After promising for days that the $6 billion was not misused, was fully under control, and hadn't been withdrawn by Iran anyways, suddenly the White House flipped the script this week. After getting hammered by their own party, the White House announced a deal yesterday with Qatar to refreeze that $6 billion. I thought it wasn't a problem. Why do you need to refreeze it? Pretty embarrassing. Why would it need to be frozen again if the money was so well regulated and only really allowed for humanitarian aid? Today, the situation may have gotten even worse, though, when Tony Blinken met with Qatar's prime minister, who seemed to indicate that the $6 billion might still end up in Iranian hands. Here is the prime minister today with the English translation from Arabic that was provided to us by the Associated Press. Regarding a question regarding press reports about the freezing of Iranian funds in Qatar, the state of Qatar is committed to any agreement it is in, and no step is taken without consulting the rest of the parties. So the state of Qatar is committed to any agreement it's in, no step taken without consulting Iran. This is where the fungible money comes into play. Clearly, Iran didn't use any of this specific $6 billion to fund this Hamas attack, right? I mean, they haven't even gotten their hands on it yet. So you can bet Qatar, a nation that gives Hamas safe haven, is probably going to allow Iran to get access to that money at some point because technically they didn't break any rules. It'll probably happen after all the noise settles down, we assume, but Qatar is signaling something pretty bad. Right now, that noise is deafening as the West has been awakened to a massive problem that most did not know existed. Apparently, the United States and Europe are filled with terrorist-sympathizing Nazis. The culprits appear to be immigrants or asylum seekers from Muslim-majority nations, joined by radically woke, far-left, self-hating Westerners. That's the group that we're seeing out in the streets right now. And here's a question. This next video, does this look like London to you? That's the streets of London, England. Look at this scene, a massive protest in support of the atrocities that we saw 6 days ago. In Australia, protesters screamed "Intifada" while marching through Melbourne, cheering for Hamas to continue what they started last Saturday. In China, video of an Israeli diplomat viciously stabbed in broad daylight. In France, a suspected radicalized Chechen national also caught on camera at broad daylight stabbing a teacher to death while reportedly screaming Allahu Akbar. The French quickly had enough of allowing terrorists to celebrate last Saturday's attack. They have banned pro-Palestinian rallies in France, and with that, Paris quickly devolved into riots, as they so often do. We've seen videos like this from all over, including our own universities here in the United States, which jumped at the chance to identify with the supposed victim after this attack and cheer on the eradication of an entire race of people. Such backwards thinking universities we have. Listen to this speaker at a Free Palestine rally in Philadelphia this week.
We should all give an applaud right now to Hamas for a job well done. I was late to the news, but when I heard it, I smiled.
Imagine hearing something like that. When he heard the news, he smiled, telling Hamas a job well done after the details that we've heard this week. Despicable excuse for a human being. The man says none of the people killed were innocent, he said in that speech. Well, here are just some of the pictures of the victims. These are the people who were shot, raped, burned. And a massive subsection of our country couldn't be happier to know what happened to these people. This massacre has exposed a monster that's been beneath the surface for quite some time, it appears. At the University of Washington, a young Jewish college girl gets quite a lesson in woke extremism. It's all fun and games until this vicious little virtue machine comes for you.
Alone! They want our people dead! They want us killed! Why are you allowing this? They want us dead!
American universities are full of liberal Jews who are getting a major wake-up call in this moment. Being woke is easy when it was just a call to defund the police or end capitalism, right? It's a little different when your fellow ideologues start cheering for your beheading. And your university couldn't care less because you're supposed to hate yourself anyway. That's woke. The pro-Hamas protests making for a very interesting political moment at Harvard. A university recently ranked the worst school for free speech in America. What would Harvard do in a moment like this, we all wondered? A school that will expel you for using the wrong pronoun and making a pink-haired trans girl cry. Well, in this moment, Harvard just miraculously transformed into free speech absolutionists. Because apparently at Harvard, there's nothing offensive at all, even though everything's offensive at Harvard. There's nothing offensive at all about celebrating the murder of 1,000 people, including a whole bunch of kids.
Our university embraces a commitment to free expression. That commitment extends even to views that many of us find objectionable, even outrageous. We do not punish or sanction people for expressing such views.
Translation, they don't find this offensive at all, because if they did, they wouldn't allow it. That woman right there has no problem with these rallies. Harvard can handle pro-terrorism rallies, but they're going to draw the line at maybe a former Trump administration official speaking at a lecture. That they can't have at Harvard. The radical left really showing us who they are in the last 6 days.